Yeah, so that the quote, the theme, how are we gonna get this mug rolling? The quote, the theme was that Lauryn Hill, guys, you know you better watch out. Some girls only about that thing, that thing, that thing. And then that one part was, how you gonna win if you ain't right within? That is, when you said that, I was like, damn, that's
Yeah,
it, bro.
yeah,
Like that's like internal battles and struggles.
yeah, yeah.
That's life, man. And if you can't conquer yourself, if you can't conquer your past, how you gonna ever win if you ain't right within? Like, wait! Wait. What it do, what it is, y'all. I'm Coach Clay here, back with episode Trace of Maximum Mindset, where we help you sharpen your thinking, build your discipline, and create the type of mental fortitude and toughness that will help you exceed and excel in any aspect of life. And today we are talking about something that's near and dear to me, something that I've battled for a while, and that's just love of self, love of past, love of who you once were, and knowing that throughout your journey you need to embrace past self and oneness in order to love yourself,
Right.
to win within, because you can't win if you ain't right within.
Amen.
You know, I want to do some self-reflecting about my old self. Before I do that, I want to like give a shout out, just because I think about my past, and I think about where I am today and where we're at to right here right now. And I ask myself, would the old me ever? He would
Right.
never. But you know what? He gave me the type of mental fortitude, the type of lessons to help create the person that I am today, to make it to where I feel joy when I'm able to get on a podcast, to have a podcast, to get my voice out. Without that guy,
Right.
this would never be.
Just to start off the podcast singing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro.
Shout out the chops.
Yeah. No, 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 no. But yeah, man, it's just about loving yourself. You know, I used to talk down to myself. I used to hate myself, man. I remember I've told you about my past. I've told you about where I was, who I was, the mental imprisonment I put myself under, and I've told you about my journey, how I've created a path, and throughout the ups and downs along the way, I have found a path of happiness. And it's crazy because I can sit here now and be really thankful for that person. But 2, 3 years ago, I hated that dude.
Mm.
I hated
Well, you
the
said
pet.
2 or 3 years ago.
2 or 3 years ago, man.
Recent.
This is recently, man. This is recently. Even though I was on this journey, even though I was on this road of self development and finding myself and things like that, there were still times where I had those mental thoughts where, like, man, this dude, like you keep freaking up, you keep effing up, man. And I just thought about, you are not the old person. Like I hate that guy. I would tell myself, I hate the old person.
Wait, so you were blaming your shortcomings on the your old version?
On the old version, I was blaming the situation that I was in 2, 3, 4 years ago on the person that I once was. So I wasn't even putting the fault on myself. I was putting the fault on this person. If he's the reason that I'm like this, instead of being like, he's the reason that I'm like this.
Right.
You see the difference between the two? Having that type of mindset from a negative aspect of, he got me like this, I can't believe, man, I hate this dude, to, man, that guy really showed me a lot about myself. He put me into test where I had to relinquish my fight or flight. I had to decide my decision making was on point. I had to do all these things. He created those scenarios and situations. The way I was raised, how I was built, all those things come into play when you talk about the creation of clay.
Right.
All that came into play, rhyming all day. Hey.
Hey.
But yeah, it's just about just like I hated that person, but it's crazy because we talked about before how we talked about the amputees.
Mm-hmm.
How someone may have a horrible car accident, something may happen, get their arm cut off, a limb cut off, and what do they feel? They feel those phantom pains still. Think about going through life and you're trying to be the best version of yourself, but yet you're still chained to the dead corpse of something that you no longer like even see. You're not even acknowledging it's there. It's literally a dead corpse of your old self. And you're trying to drag yourself into this light that you see that's your new self. You're like, man, this is so heavy. Why is this so heavy? It's because you haven't accepted the old version of yourself. You haven't accepted you.
Or you haven't accepted the new version of
The
yourself.
new version of yourself.
Wait, so say that again for the
old and new. Technically old and new. Because you haven't accepted the old version, which is not allowing you to become the new version of you.
So say that again for the people that you correlating the phantom pain to your old self. Say one more time for people so they can really understand.
Correlating the phantom pain to my old self. So let me try to break it down more. There's this thing called temporal self discontinuity, which is, if I look it up, it is you not accepting your past, and you visualizing or feeling like your past is like is a burden, or even worse, like a distant friend or an enemy. Like you hate yourself that much to where you're disconnected, but yet you're still tethered to it. It's kind of like what we talked about with just like cell phones. This has nothing to do with this topic, but the cell phones. How we're connected, we're tethered in some place. I can't go anywhere without this thing right here. If I do, I feel like I get anxiety if I leave the house without it. I'm tethered to it.
And you made it lime green so you don't lose it nowhere.
Bro, because I'll be losing that book like crazy. But it's just like, so it's that the phantom pain. When I talk about that, I'm talking about you're constantly going to, if you're not able to really accept your past and be at one with yourself and love your past, you'll never be able to win within, because you're still fighting the demons of what once was you. And it's like a battle that you'll never win. Think about you tussling, man. If you've ever tussled with people, you've fought, boxed, if you wrestled, whatever it is, man, that's exhausting. Now, think about the battle within the brain. That's a nonstop battle. You're constantly struggling, going through all these things with your inside your mind. It's a battle that you can't win. So it's like having that phantom pain. It feels like it's always there, because you haven't really been able to fully accept and embrace the person that you once were.
And it's there while you're dealing with everything else. Because it's in your brain, so it's in the back.
It's still there.
So it's when you're dealing with anything else in life, that's just a segment of your brain that's dealing with that.
Yeah,
you could be dealing with 5 different versions of that.
Yeah,
and
you think about it. Even like I told you, I'm just now getting right. It's been to last 3-4 years, bro. Because even though I was trying to get within, I still wasn't accepting the person that I once was. I hated that dude.
It's not a switch that you flip.
Nah, no, whatsoever. This takes time, patience, effort, and energy. It's like we can take this to physical nature. It's like going to the gym. You work out. You can't work out one time and think, oh man, I look like Superman, or I look like, I don't know, what's that dude that's Megan? That's what Megan Good. That his girl got picked up by the other two.
That's my man. That's my man. Great actor.
He played. He was on
I know Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, man. He was running from that white girl.
He was running. He's running.
Streeter runner. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's you can't have a body like that just by going to the gym once.
Yeah.
So it's just you can't win within if you just say, "Hey, I'm good. I accepted this part of myself, and that's it." It takes time and practice because I could wake up happy one day and love myself and love all the things I've passed. But then I can wake up the next day in a bad attitude. And if I'm not able to click on and switch that thinking, I can go right back into the trickle of what I once was. And I can go back into the negative aspect of who I once was.
All right. So we're a little surfaced right now. Let's get a little deeper.
Okay. Yeah.
So what did you hate about Clayton?
We in deep.
Like, what did you hate?
Man, so this was way back when it was I had body image issues. I was 350, man. Hated myself. Yeah, man. That nigga big.
That's huge.
Man, my mindset was horrible. I hated every aspect. I constantly had I lived my life with like sabotage, like self-doubt, no empathy for myself. I thought of myself as just a piece of trash, man. Like I honestly, like mentally, I was effed up, man. I was depressed all the time. I was struggling with thoughts of like, there's all these things are going through my mind, and it was all because of the snowball effect of just constant telling myself I'm no good. You suck, Clayton. You're never gonna be anything in life. You're always gonna be this normal person. You're not meant for anything.
And what does your body do when you tell yourself that?
I was constantly sick. I was mentally, you would think I was drugged out, man. I never took drugs in my life back then. I never took drugs in my life. But it's one of those things where all that it just rolls in. And if you constantly have that mindset, if you constantly have that thinking, how you gonna win if you ain't right within? If you're constantly thinking about these negative aspects of life, if you're constantly telling yourself, sabotaging yourself, telling yourself, I ain't shit, I ain't this, I'll never do this, I'm gonna die, why does it all matter anyways? All those things come into play, and this creates this scenario in your mind, and your mind doesn't know the difference between you beating someone up and you beating yourself up. It's all the same to your mind. So it's like we talked about it. If I say, hey man, I'm no good, dirty dog, your mind's like, oh yeah, we can do that. Man, like we can do that. That's easy for us. Let me be a low down dirty dog, and your mind doesn't know the difference.
So when you started this journey, right, and you started to pivot, and you told yourself, "I'm going to be different."
Yeah.
Right. You had to have had that moment.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to make a change.
Yeah.
Right? So at that moment, you would say at that moment you severed yourself from that old version. Yes. You created two people at that moment.
Yes. Right? Yeah. The person that I once was and the person that I was. The only difference that the only way I was able to defeat that person, because he was a pain in my ass, man. I could never get rid of him. No matter how hard I tried, he was always there. But the only way to defeat him was to accept him. It wasn't to beat him up. It was to embrace him.
So this is where I'm going with this. Yeah. So do you created this other version of yourself, right? This is the new Clay, and then that's Clayton. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. You separated, right? Mm-hmm. So you started working towards Clay. Yes. Coach Clay. Right. You started working towards Coach Clay. Now, anytime you did anything negative, even as the new you becoming Coach Clay, you associated that negative thing to Clayton.
That's a good question. Yeah.
So then you were seeing Coach Clay as a perfect guy.
Yeah, he's the embodiment of what I see myself
as a perfect human being.
Perfection. Yeah.
So you were setting yourself up for failure from the beginning.
Right from the jump.
Because we're flawed human beings, right?
Yeah.
So what you were doing was anytime Coach Clay did anything wrong, you were blaming it on Clayton, and you were kind of not taking accountability.
Exactly.
As this new version.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
It was Clayton.
That's an old nigga, bro.
That's Clayton.
That ain't me no more. But that's the thing. It's acceptance, man. I accepted. I embraced him instead of being like, no, that was not me. That's not the person I was, man. I was, bro. Like if people want to know about me, all you gotta do is ask Jess. She'll tell you everything you want to know. If you give her some what's that wine she loved? Some type of Moscato, man.
All right, so we'll bring Moscato and another mic, right? For the next episode.
Moscato and some tacos, man.
Hey, bro. We'll have a mukbang in the next episode. Y'all talk about everything.
Yeah, man. It was just like, so I traveling through this life, man. It's just me be like, you know what? That was me. That was me, and that's okay. That's okay. You know, it's about self-compassion. There's this researcher. Her name is Kristen Neff. She's a lead researcher on self-compassion. And she talks about how forgiving yourself, it actually rewires the stress response. She talks about how we should actually learn how to meet and understand our mistakes instead of distancing ourselves from, instead of thinking that like this is detrimental to us. When we're able to meet and understand our mistakes, it actually releases the love hormone. What did I say earlier? I have
oxytocin.
Oxytocin. I can never say that word. Oxytocin, which is the love hormone. When that happens, that actually activates the ventral medial prefrontal cortex, which is actually linked to emotional responses and what was the other one? It was emotional responses and empathy. Empathy. So having compassion for ourselves releases the love hormone. We love ourselves. Ooh, and then when we love ourselves, empathy comes. When empathy comes, how do you feel when you feel empathetic? Okay. What is empathy to you?
So to make sure you said a lot of big words. So to make sure I dumb it down for myself, you're saying if in order for me to have empathy in life or be empathetic with anyone, I have to love myself and be empathetic with me first.
Yes. When you love yourself, your body loves you, and when your body loves you, your body releases the love hormones,
the ability,
the ability, the ability. It releases all these things, which creates this sensation in your body. When that happens, the ventral medial prefrontal cortex. So there you go again. I know. That's the only way I know how to say it. We'll say was it VPC? The VPC. Okay. The VPC gets activated. When the VPC gets activated, it regulates empathy.
So it's like your cup is full and now it's overflowing.
And you can
give it to others.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the love that you have. I love myself so much, man. I can't nothing really get me down too often, man. Of course, everyone gets down. We're all human, and I'm not Superman, at least not yet. But the fact that I can regulate my emotions, I can regulate everything, even when I get in those moods, because sometimes you will get off. Everyone gets off. No one's perfect. So when you do get off, just remind yourself, hey man, look how far you came. You can literally look back like, man, that's not even steps. That's miles. Yeah. It's not even a few miles. That's thousands. That's thousands and thousands and thousands of miles that I have walked from what I once was. And I can, before I look back, I'm like, I can't get away from this dude fast enough. But now I look back, I'm like, man, look at that journey that I came through. Like this, that's really cool to look at life now and be like, man, look at where I was. That dude was was a low down dirty dog, and now look at him. He's really doing something in life, something that I myself can be proud of. And when I'm proud of myself, can't nothing stop me.
That journey I mean, it's true for a lot of things in life where it's everything's one step at a time.
Yeah.
Everything's an inch at a time. Everything's like, I've always remember this whenever I think about like starting something new or like a new journey.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who said it or where I heard it, but whenever I heard it, the word stuck with me, and it was like, and this is in a negative way and a positive way. Is you never get to where you're at instantly.
No.
It's always a drop in the bucket. It's always an inch by inch. It's always a little step.
Yeah.
And before you know it, someone either moved you a mile away, right? Or you're a mile ahead of where you thought where you started.
It's all about how you see it. It's all about how you see it, man. And the thing about it is like I said, it's just about enjoying that. I got to play that Uno reverse card though, because with everything that is good, there's things that aren't so good. So we talked about who I once was and how I felt physically. Uno reverse by constantly being in that constant state of negativity, by not loving myself, your body will actually release, will flood your nervous system with cortisol. Cortisol is stress hormone. When the stress hormone comes, your body will slowly start shutting down. It's like, what is it? It's like, your body can't tell the difference. I said before, your body can't tell the difference between you beating yourself. Pause. You beating yourself up. Your body can't tell the difference between you beating yourself up and someone beating you up.
That's tricky. That's a tricky one.
Pause and resume. Like, hey, that was a tricky one. Sorry, man. I'm sorry, mama. So it's important to love yourself. When you love yourself, you release those love hormones. When you hate yourself, you release stress. Stress destroys the body. Stress will cause illness and aches and pains and mental anguish and physical anguish and being off center from your frequency from oneself. So the question is, when you get like that, how do you rewrite the narrative through it all? I know things that helped me out was what I told you before, being grateful. Being grateful for, I actually wrote it down. Because I there's one thing that I do is I do daily journaling, man, was to kind of help me out tremendously. But it's just being thankful for the person that I was, and being grateful for the person that I was, and being thankful for the person I am, and being thankful for the person that I'm becoming, because it's not over. Mm-hmm. Just because I got to Coach Clay don't mean that the book is ended. I got a big ass book, man, with a lot of chapters and a lot of growth in it. So just being thankful for who I was, giving him grace, giving him gratitude, and loving him, loving the person that I am, because I love me some me, like T.O., and then loving the person that I am going to become and becoming, because that person's even better than I am. And I think I'm really great as it is.
I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm kind of, I don't know if you can see me over here thinking.
I see them pondering.
And I'm thinking about how, I'm thinking that you have to be content with never becoming the best version of yourself. Because if you're always working on yourself, then you're never the best version.
No, man.
So I think you have to be happy in the pursuit alone.
Yeah. I'm in the pursuit of happiness, and I know.
I don't know no more. You two gonna flag it.
But yeah, it's just like the pursuit of it all, man. Enjoying the journey. Before, I like my origin story. It sucked for me. But now I can look back and I'm really like, man, I'm really enjoying my journey. I couldn't say that 3 or 4 years ago. Being able to really embrace myself and embrace who I once was has been a godsend for me, because it's created even more of a dynamic within me, a feeling of just oneness in complete control of myself and my life and my journey, as a person that never felt like he was in control of his life, being able to fully embrace it and be like really feel like I'm driving the Chevelle, 1965 Chevelle, matte black, red interior. I'm driving that thing with my red gloves on.
With the red guts,
bloodied out, big dog, bloodied out, man. But I'm in control of my life, and it's all because it started because I started to love the person that I was. That's it, man. And it's important for all of us. So I have this challenge. I want to start leaving. I want to start leaving with like a challenge. This challenge, what did I write? I'm gonna find it real quick. We talked about before I do that, I want to talk about the chapters of the book. So one thing I do in life now is I view everything like a chapter in a book. When you start a book, you read about the origin story of that person, the character development of everything. Through all that character development, you go through the ups and downs of their life. You see the joys that they had, you see the pains, the happiness and the sorrows, the deaths and the births, and the downs. You see them at their lowest, but then you see them slowly rise to that climax and become whatever. And that's how the story of the book is. Start viewing your life like a storybook. Start viewing your past as a chapter in your book, because not every chapter is good. Not every chapter is bad. Not every chapter is happy. Not every chapter is sad, So it's just about viewing that and just knowing that as you write your book to your story, you get to decide how you want this to go throughout your life. You get to decide who you want to be. You get to decide how you want to become that. You get to decide all these things. And that's the joy of becoming oneself and loving yourself. Because when I didn't love myself, I didn't care what happened to me. I didn't really care. I didn't care about life. When I love myself now, all I can do is think about is molding the life that I've always wanted.
Yeah, that's dope, because you can literally wake up and say, what does this chapter look like?
Yeah. I can be whatever I want to be, man. So closing remarks, the challenge I have for you today, or whenever you see this or hear this, is to write yourself a letter to your younger self, and write that letter and forgive them, thank them, tell them the weight that they carried, and tell them that the weight that you're carrying now. And then when you write all that stuff down, burn it, release it, let it free and let it go. Kind of like what we talked about in the previous episodes with meditation, that bow is releasing it. Release it is free. And you'll feel so much better when you free yourself of the shackles and you can win within. That's all I got for you today, guys. Like always, stay pleasant, stay present, stay positive. Peace.